Guys, what's up? Welcome back to this video. We've now went through our custom audiences, our lookalike audiences, and now you might be seeing some success with some of your campaigns and getting one of your products selling. So you'll want to actually scale your ads. If they're profitable, you want to take them as high a budget as possible, and really start earning some big money. So here in Excel, I have basically mapped out my whole scaling strategy. This is what I use. A lot of this I learned from a guy called Ben Malal. It's not totally mine. I've sort of added in my own stuff. It's not exactly the same as his, but this works well. He calls it the 3x your revenue overnight, and basically it's exactly what this does. If you're not using these methods right now, it's amazing. So I've put it in an Excel sheet for you guys. Basically this will be one of your ads that you've created that's doing well. It's one of the ones that are based on interest. I know most of mine are website conversion, but you might have a PPE ad that's doing well, or a link click ad that's doing well, and you can do the exact same thing with it. So we have this, our mobile and desktop. Just put that K in there. Mobile and desktop interest ad. We're running at $5 a day. Might be working. You might be seeing some returns, so you might be spending $5, getting 15 back. You've been running it for 3 to 5 days. You can see it's working well, and you want to scale it a bit further. So the first step I always do is I'll break that down. I'll break it down into desktop versus mobile. So creating 2 more ads, again $5 a day, and we'll see if they work. So if they're working, let them run for 3 to 5 days. See if you're profitable. I like to be at sort of 100% ROI when I'm scaling an ad. So if you're doing that, you're going good. You've now got these 3 ads running, hopefully all running profitably for you. And you might want to start bumping them up 10% a day until $50. I sort of put that roof on it. You can go higher if it still works, but I tend to find mine drop off after that a little bit. But you can go over that, try it. If your ROI is decreasing, and find that sweet spot for your ad. But if these are all doing well, what you can actually do is just go ahead and duplicate these ads and duplicate them with a $50 budget. So it's basically taking these ads, same interest, and we're going to duplicate them to that $50 budget. So now you have 5 ads running, hopefully all profitably. Get them going. If they're not running properly, you can't kill these. So maybe your mobile's working well, so you keep your mobile, keep it running properly, but your desktop's not working well, so kill it. Don't be using money that you don't need to. Just kill it. If it doesn't work, it doesn't. This is just a method of scaling that has a lot of ad sets in here. Essentially, by the time you get to the end of this process, with 23 ad sets, you're not going to get to the end without, you're going to have to kill some ads along the way. So get in there, create them. If they're all working, great. I mean, if you're running 23 ad sets at this level, it's amazing if you can keep them running. If you do have a good product, that may work. This is just a basic guideline going along on each next step to take. So we're now running these at $50 a day. Same interest ad. We've just duplicated at $50, and we're seeing how it's working. Keep an eye on it during the day when you're running it, and keep it going. So, and that's working for us. So what we'll do is then duplicate these ads again. But what we're doing this time is actually changing it to a 7-day conversion window. So we talked about that in another video. I showed you where it was, and it's in your ad set settings. When you're in there, you can either choose 1-day conversion, which all these ads are going to be running on. Tends to work best when you're starting a new product. Once you've got some data, you can duplicate them and start running 7-day ads. These work well. It's very hit or miss for me, but I do have some that are working really profitably, and it's definitely worth testing out. So test them at $5 a day again. If your desktop ad didn't work here, I wouldn't recommend duplicating it here. So just kill it and don't take this step and just move straight to here, and we duplicate it to the mobile one on 7-day, and that means you'll be running your mobile desktop's working. Our desktop didn't work for us, so we didn't create it. Now we've got our mobile one. We've got mobile at $50, and then we're now going to have mobile at 7-day. So same again, duplicate the ad set and choose 7-day conversion window. If it's working, again, you can start bumping these up 10% a day. If the ROI is decreasing, scale it back again to that sweet spot, and then we duplicate them ads to $50 budgets. It's working well for me right now. I'd definitely give it a go, test them out and see if it's working. So if you've got this far, you've definitely got a winning product. Your product's doing well and you're making a lot of sales. We want to start creating them lookalike audiences we talked about. So we showed you how to create these based on website traffic, add to cart, and buyers. So I'd create all three of these at the same time, run them against each other at $10, see what's performing well. If they're all profitable, keep them running again. See what they're doing on desktop and mobile. And then if they're working, again, duplicate them to this $50 level and let them run and see if they're profitable. Keep an eye on them. Don't be wasting money. You don't have to. But this is a good way to go about it. If you have a good product and you're making lots of profits up here, chances are your lookalike audiences are going to do well as well. A lot of the ads I'm running right now, the actual interest ads have died out, but the lookalike audience continue to thrive for me. You get a big audience set. 1% in audience in the US is around 2.1 million. So you have a lot of audience to burn through there with your product. So if they're doing well, again, we want to duplicate them to the 7-day conversion window. Get them in there, change it to 7-day conversion window, test them at $10 again. If that's working, again, duplicate to $50. This isn't complicated, guys. It's just knowing what you need to know to scale. This is the strategy I use. Again, I said Ben Malal came up with most of it. You're just duplicating those ads. And here you can see out to here, I've put, we want to repeat this for 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, 6 to 8, and 8 to 10. Just like we showed you in the lookalike audience advanced video. We showed you how to create them separate audiences. And we want to test each of them, see which work correct. Sometimes 2 to 3 will work better than 1%. I always recommend starting on 1%, but test these against each other, guys. Especially if you've got a winning product and you're making profits, you want to reinvest and see what's working, because it only takes one ad set to make you a lot of money. So test it out for each of these. Again, start at 1 to 2, create these 3 ads. If you notice buyers is working a lot better than this, maybe just create a 1 to 2% buyers audience and run with that. Again, if it's working, scale to 50. Duplicate the 7-day. If that's working, duplicate to 50. If it's a broad niche and a really good product, you'll be able to go as wide as that 10%. So something like fitness, where there's a good chance 10% of the population is into fitness. You'll likely be able to scale higher in those sort of niches that are broad. Whereas if you're trying to target MMA specifically, there's probably only 1% or less of the US population into MMA. So you've got to think of it like that and know your niche, but definitely test them out and see what's working. And then again, we can start breaking them out like this. We can start breaking them out into desktop only and mobile only. And very simply, guys, that is my strategy for scaling. It's what I use. I call this the scaling cheat sheet. So get in there. If your ads are working, again, I recommend having 100% ROI before doing this. So 100% ROI for at least 3 days before starting. Put that in here. Run through it. Again, interest ad. Then we split the desktop and mobile. Desktop, mobile, raised budget. Then we go 7-day. Again, duplicate the raised budget if it's working. Then we test our lookalike audiences. It's as simple as that, guys, and you can run massive campaigns. I've ran one product well over 100k in sales now using this method, and you can do that too if you find the right product. So that's it for this video, guys. This is what I call scaling up, because we're raising budgets, but we can also scale out, which I'm going to show you in the next video, and I will see you guys there.